What up, everybody? In Ghost Season 3, we have been introduced to several new characters, none making a bigger introduction than Noma and her right-hand man and probably her brother, Obi, who I have already talked about in another video. In this video, I'll be talking about the other characters who were introduced a little more low-key than Noma: Kiki Travis, Salim Freeman, Harper Bonet, and Weston, and what we can possibly expect from these characters based upon what we know so far. Starting off with Kiki Travis, who is a young VP at Weston Holdings. Her character description says she's Ivy League educated, doesn't come from privilege, but is making her own way in the world of the business elite. We were introduced to Kiki in episode 1 as she was introduced by Brayden's uncle and asked to show Brayden his job responsibilities. Brayden tried to spit some weak game at Kiki before she told him she's heard a lot about him and none of it was impressive. After that, we see Brayden and Kiki in a boardroom with Trace and 3 Weston associates who are all coked up. The Weston associates were doing lines right in front of both Brayden and Kiki and said that's the only way to get by at that firm before offering Brayden some coke for himself. And I am oh so glad Brayden just said no, because we definitely don't need another Tommy Egan running around all coked up acting like a psychopath. So this relationship between Brayden and Kiki could go left or it could go right. This could be Brayden's new lover, as it has been rumored that Brayden will have a new love interest this season, as his last relationship with Riley didn't turn out too well. She turned out to be the niece of Cooper Saxe. However, we may not heard the last from Riley. Or Brayden's relationship with Kiki may not start off too well and Kiki could serve to be the competition. Think about it. Someone is currently serving all those cokeheads on Wall Street and Weston Holdings. And my theory is Kiki is the plug, but she keeps her hands clean by using the Asian kid who is in the boardroom to actually sell the coke to all the other users. The kid pressed Brayden hard to get on the coke, and when Brayden refused, he said, "I guess when you sell, you don't partake." All this being said while Kiki is in the room. We also know at some point Tariq will be taking on an internship at Weston Holdings to oversee the drug business. We might also see tension spark between Brayden and Tariq if Brayden likes Kiki and Tariq makes his move. We'll have to wait and see, but expect big things from Kiki Travis in season 3. Moving on to Salim Freeman, who is the TA in one of Tariq's classes at Stansfield. And as someone whose treacherous little twin has done a Call of Duty in the life and in the streets, I can smell it from a mile away. Brother Salim is an undercover cop. Mark my words about that. Why would an undercover cop be placed on the Stansfield campus as a TA? And that's because the previous academic school year, there was 3 Stansfield-related murders. Bars, the GTG gang members who was drowned in the Stansfield pool. Stansfield Professor Jabari Reynolds, who was shot to death in a park, and beloved Stansfield basketball superstar and NBA prospect Ezekiel Cross, who was also gunned down. Not to mention Brayden Weston took the stand, admitting to be the campus drug dealer and flooding Stansfield with drugs through a tutoring app called Course Correct. On top of that, we also have the death of Carrie Milgram and the attempted murder of Lauren Baldwin. So for the 21-22 academic school year, where we currently are in the Ghost timeline, the police and Stansfield has at least one undercover on campus. I don't think it is a coincidence that he is the TA for the class that has Tariq, Effie, Diana, and Becca Weston all handpicked to be in it. We have also already seen Salim flirting with Diana Tejada, and this hookup is pretty much already confirmed through the season 3 trailer, so it looks like Diana will be following in Rock's footsteps and hooking up with an undercover cop. Will Diana end up pregnant with Salim's child? Getting me to Professor Harper Bonet, who I don't think is an undercover cop because she has a well-known reputation, as we heard Diana tell Tariq that she heard she was the bomb. However, I don't think Harper is going to be someone who we can trust. Before Tariq's speech at Zeke's jersey dedication, we saw Harper bump into Councilman Rashard Tate and his new girl Hope. They knew each other, have a history, and most likely Tate was smashing back in the day. Tate has been a politician for at least 10 years now, so they could know each other from anywhere. However, their conversation indicated that they have not seen each other for a long time. And before Tate got into politics, he was a cop. So there is a good chance that Professor Harper Bonet is connected to law enforcement in some type of way. Other than that, we can tell from their interaction from episode 1 that Tate and Harper Bonet are going to be hooking up at some point in season 3, and someone should definitely warn Professor Bonet that professors at Stansfield don't end up too well, especially when they start digging into Tariq and the Tejada's business. So, Harper, if you want to survive season 3, keep your eyes forward and mind your own business. Wrapping up with Uncle Lucas Weston, who is described as an adventure-seeking, high-level executive at his family's Wall Street firm. Lucas offered Brayden a drink of whiskey and let him know that course correct was genius and something he would have thought of, before telling Brayden admitting it was his idea was foolish and that he is a Weston and he always has a choice. We can also read from Brayden's conversation with the Weston associates that Uncle Lucas dabbles in the coke. Brayden and Tariq are currently sitting on a crazy amount of product, and one of the places they're going to be setting up shop is Wall Street, and may have to move the product on Wall Street with couriers like Ghost and Tommy used to back in the day, if they want to keep their hands clean. It's unlikely that Lucas will be a courier or involved in the game in any type of way, but we'll likely find out what Brayden and Tariq are doing and blackmail them before getting killed by Tariq. And there you have it, season 3 predictions for the new characters Kiki Travis, Salim Freeman, Harper Bonet, and Lucas Weston. Leave your thoughts in the comments.